Hi, everyone. Dorothea Hendriks here, your trainer in communication and presentation skills. And if you are hearing any background music like brrr, there's some construction going on outside my window. But we are moving forward with today's recording. Now, in our last few recordings, what we did is we looked at the importance of being visible in the workplace, especially if your only communication or most of your communication happens to be with your boss and your coworkers, your teammates, through this little camera here in gallery view on your computer. It's so important for us to be able to speak up, be seen, and be heard, to share our ideas and express our points of view. But if we haven't ever made the habit of speaking up in meetings, just thinking about it can cause stress. And the idea of actually putting ourselves out there in front of other people, what will they think? Oh, for some of us, that is very, very, very uncomfortable. Well, in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to look at 7 steps. These are 7 baby action steps that we can take to help us feel more comfortable, build up that level of confidence we need in ourselves to be able to stand up, be seen, and be heard, share our ideas, express our points of view in meetings, whether it's in person or whether it's on gallery view on a virtual platform. So step number one, the big one, know that you are in charge of your thinking. You're in charge of your thinking, the choices that you make. You can make the choice to be positive, about standing up and expressing your ideas, or be negative and say, no. You can be run by fear, or you can be run by, the possibilities that are out there. So you are in choice. You are in charge of your thinking and the choices that you make and the action that you take. So you are in charge. Number two here is don't think in terms of the problems, but think in terms of the opportunities. When we think in terms of the word problem, it's heavy, problem. Even saying the word problem, it's a heavy word and kind of has negative connotation. But when we think in terms of the word opportunity is fluid. It has a flow. It kind of gives you the feeling that there are unlimited options out there, unlimited. So think in terms of opportunities that are available to you when you have the opportunity to stand up and speak out on behalf of yourself, your ideas, your team, your coworkers. Number three, look at your past successes. Now, I know some of us go, I don't have any successes at all, loser, or I can't think of any successes. Well, sit down, give yourself some quiet time, reflect. We all have successes. We all have, and most of them will be small successes, built one success, built on another. And think about how that made you feel. And yes, maybe in those success that you had to jump a few hoops, jump a few hurdles, go through certain things. But in the end, when you got your goal, when you achieved that outcome, how did it make you feel? So think in terms of your past successes, how they make you feel, the outcome, and keep that in mind when you're thinking of standing up and speaking out. Number four, be patient with yourself. Sometimes we think, well, I should just be able to do it. I should be able to do it after 1 or 2 tries. Changing our habits, if we've never done this before, to actually getting into the habit of doing it, takes time. It might take a few days, could take a few weeks, might take months, might take a year. In any case, be patient with yourself. You have certain skills, you have abilities, you have talents. Some of the skills and abilities that you have now that are really prized, they didn't happen overnight. You took time, you honed them, you brought them to the point where they are today, and that took time. Be patient with yourself. Number 5, I'm sure pretty well I can say we all have this, and that's our inner critic, that inner voice going, nah, you've never done this before, you can't do it now. What makes you think anyone wants to listen to what you've got to say? And when I used to hear this inner critic for a long time, I let it run my life. I let it take over. And then one day, after, going to a number of self-development courses, I did this. When my inner critic popped up, I'd very kindly stop it. I'd interrupt it and say, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that thought. That's great. And you know what? I used to be like that. Yeah, that's true. I would never stand up because I was so afraid of what people would think. But now I'm beginning to. I'm feeling more comfortable. And every day I'm going to stand up a bit, or every day I'm going to speak up, and I'm going to develop a comfort level. So thank you. Thank you, inner voice. But I'm moving. I'm changing. I'm becoming more open, and I'm able to, and I'm going to. So in a way, I do these positive affirmations that are ongoing and consistent with how I want to feel. And I am feeling now, beginning to feel now. So that's number 5. Number 6, I'm going to say the big thing here is understand and accept that stuff happens. We all have plans. We set goals, and then guess what? Something pops in, drops in to derail us. Now, there was a time when this would happen to me, when something would go sideways, and I would just throw up my hands. Oh, well, yeah, that's it. That's it. And I take the negative point of view, saying, well, the universe says I shouldn't have it. And I drop it. Now I have made a change in my thinking, and I'm going, oh, what's the opportunity here? And so when something happens, I now look at it that the universe is telling me, okay, you've got the talent, you've got the skill. I want to see, how innovative are you? How flexible are you? How open are you to finding another direction, another way that you can reach the goal that you have in mind? So understand stuff happens, accept it, and see it as an opportunity for moving yourself and tapping into your creativity and innovativeness. And the last one, of course, number 7, there are no giant leaps here for mankind, no leaping over giant chasms and canyons or whatever. What you're doing here to build a habit, daily habit of being able to be more comfortable and more confident in standing up and expressing your point of view, you're taking little baby steps every day along the way, a little baby action step that will help you in the end get more comfortable standing up, being seen, and getting heard. Take these steps on a consistent basis, and I know that they will make an incredible difference in your life. And instead of being closed, you'll end up being more open. Instead of being in the background, you'll find yourself becoming more forward, and you'll find that people will appreciate the ideas and the input that you've got, and you'll feel so much better about yourself in the process. Until next time, this is Dorothea Hendriks wishing you mountains of success.